Where's my pen? It's my lunch. Hey there, Dee Dee. How you going? I've decided that in regards to free readings, I will only do 5 from time to time with the free readings, but they're only going to be for new people, new subscribers. Okay, so if you've been to my channel before and you've had readings for free before, only if I'm not got people online that are new, I might do a couple of little free ones. But Hayley Ella, I believe you're new. Virgo, welcome back. Haven't seen you for a while. Deep D, I've seen you before. Dee Dee Scott, I've seen you before. So anyway, all the ones that have been here before, you know how it all works. The $2 is all you've got to pay on that super chat button that's at the bottom of the screen. So just hit that super chat button, $2, and we'll do a yes and no. If you've got PayPal, I do prefer PayPal. Please use PayPal, and we will do a yes and no that way. Now, it is $2 US for the yes and no readings. Virgo, I was just explaining that if you're a long time subscriber, you've been to my channel before, I'm no longer doing the free readings for people that have been here over and over and over again. I appreciate the support to the channel, but I am here, this is my job, and I am trying to make a living here online. New subscriber, we'll write your name down. I'm just looking for a pen at the moment. Just bear with me. I'm just having some lunch here, late lunch. Oh, hopefully this pen works. Okay, so we're going to do 5 or 6 new subscriber readings today. Other than that, for the old subscribers like Deep D, Virgo, and Dee Dee Scott, what I'll do for you guys, if we have time, it just all depends on time, what we'll do for you guys is star signs. So Virgo, you're obviously a Virgo, I'm assuming. We'll have a look at star signs for my subscribers that have come here before. So what you can do with that is basically when I do a star sign, sorry for talking with my mouth full. So Virgo, for instance, we'll do 3 cards for Virgo. This is not counting, so we'll do it again, but we'll do 3 cards for Virgo, okay? Virgo, Virgo. And then I will read what I'm seeing here, what might be going on around you at the moment. So you will get a free read on your star sign. What I can do is say, I'll give you a yes and no at the same time. So this basically would be, if you had a question right now, Virgo, this would be no. Okay, we've got 2 upside down cards. This is impatience, this is needing to walk away, and this is you need to trust in your instincts. So if this was for Virgo, I'm getting a no here as well as a reading here. So hang around. If you have been an old time subscriber, we got 1 new subscriber so far that's pointing themselves out there. But Hayley Ella, I don't believe I've seen you before. So as long as you're subscribing, that's fine. And we'll get, some new subscribers into the channel. I may start doing a few more readings for free for new subscribers only. I'll have to put that in the information on my channel. But at the moment, we won't be doing any of the freebies. I'm just going to write that name down, Judea. You'll be first with your yes and no question only, but we're going to do Gita. Gita has donated on PayPal for a detailed read, and Alyssa has donated for a detailed read. Okay, so Gita, you're up first. What's your question, please? detailed, and Alyssa, detailed. I just noticed that when I brought back the freebie readings, it was the same people logging on straight away to get those free readings, and that's not fair to new people that come in. So as far as the free readings for people that have been here time and time again, they will just be star signs when I get time. I will incorporate a yes and no into the star sign. So basically, you're still going to get a free reading if I get time, okay? Virgo, I will do the star sign for you, and I will do a yes and no within that. Deep D, the same thing for you. You were new recently, but you've had a free read, so I'm not going to do the same reading on the same names. Wow. Yeah, that's a long question. I'm just reading it, Jita. Will you get married? Who will it be? And will you be having children? We'll see. Now, you do realise that these style of readings that I do, and mostly, pretty much most people, unless they're doing a really long prediction forward kind of reading, to me, these kind of readings I do, they're between anywhere 1 month to 6 months, maybe a year. So if you're not going to have children or get married within a year, sorry for eating and talking, it might not sort of show too much just yet. You will be on my free list there. I think you're a new subscriber. I think Mama B's running around with her new boyfriend. So I haven't got a moderator. Oh, you've sent me an email as well. Okay, Jita, thank you for that. Are you booking in for a detailed, longer half-hour reading or something? Is that why you sent it? Okay, so we're doing a detailed read on marriage and when and who and kids. Issue, you are on my free list, but we've got 2 paid readings at the moment. Okay, here we go, Jita with the detailed. Thank you for the payment. And Alyssa, can you put your question online? And then if you're not answering when we get there, I'll just put a timestamp in the text. Yeah, but please put your question online so it's ready to go. Okay, Jita, we want to know about marriage, babies, when and who. We're going to put 7 cards down twice. Actually, I'm going to take them from the bottom for the second row. That might be a better plan because this could be what you don't know, what's coming up. Okay, so straight up I'm seeing August and September here in this reading. August, September and April. Definitely April because we have 3 4s here. The marriage cards haven't actually shown up. And it is showing me 1 king here. So this would be you and your king eventually. But it's got something to do with other females here. So this could be friends or family where you all meet. Okay, I'll email you about the private readings. The private readings are very, very different to this. The private readings are very focused, solid half hour. These are taster readings, okay? Anyway, so I see you and some friend or family member discussing your future. You do have the double 9s. When you have babies, it's going to be baby girls because we've got 4s everywhere, no 5s. So it's baby girls. So I hope you're wanting girls, Jita. I'm thinking that this person could be born in April, August or September with the double 9s, the double 8s and the 4s. So it's got something to do with April, something to do with August, something to do with September. This over here, to me, represents a fire sign. A lot of people would argue with me to tell me that this is an earth sign. I always take this as a long-term commitment person, somebody who's medical. This could be a doctor. It could be somebody that works in a hospital. The other way of looking at this, it could be somebody that works in banking or money markets. So yeah, it's either medical or money markets, the guy, possibly an earth or a fire sign. I'm feeling it's a fire sign, okay? Like a Leo or an Aries or a Sagittarius, but other people would tell me, no, the Pentacles and the Diamonds is, the Pentacles and the Diamonds is earth. I don't feel that. And for 20, 30 years, when I read these cards, I've always felt that that would be a fire sign, the diamonds, because it's sharp, it's hot, it's moving. When would this all be happening? Maybe it will begin towards the end of this year. Maybe this connection will start happening. It looks like it's happening within work and outside of the house. It's like people gathering together and talking, and then some sort of relationship starts. But it's not actually showing me the marriage, apart from the long-term commitment and the Ten of Hearts here, which is a lot of love, affection, long-term commitment here. But as you can see, that was at the bottom of the deck and the end of the reading. So it's a way off at the moment. It's not sort of like next week, next month. It's got something to do with females. So this guy, he might have a lot of sisters, or he might work with a lot of women. If he was a doctor, he's in a hospital. It used to be that all the nurses were female. We now know that that's not true. Male, female nurses everywhere. But it's still predominantly female. When you go to a hospital or a nursing home even, it's predominantly run by females. You know, the doctors come in, or the specialists. The males are the doctors and the specialists. It shouldn't be like that, but that's how it is in most cases. So I do feel that this is somebody that either works in a field of women, or has a lot of sisters, a lot of daughters. Well, not a lot of daughters, but you've also got this female energy over here as well. So would you be having babies? Yes. What will they be? Girls. 2 at least, maybe 3. A year away as far as things are going with this ace down here. There is something you're going to be going through, Jita, before this all happens. So there may be something, losing a job, or some sort of illness in the family or something. It's like something else is going on before you can be with this person, because there's a lot of drama going on here before you have this. So yeah, there's ups and downs. Now, don't expect that your mum or your sisters or everybody's going to love this person. I've got a funny feeling that some people are not going to actually like this guy, or not want you to be with this guy. So you know a guy, he has lots of sisters and he owns his own business. Well, he could be a businessman with the diamonds. I just feel like it's either like a banker, high finance, stock market. He could be the owner of his own business. Anyway, let's do some tarots and see what we get on this character for you. Well, it sounds like it's him. So I won't focus on babies and that, because it does look like you're having babies. It looks like girls. And if he's got a lot of sisters, you're probably going to have girls. Not always true. One of my family members, sorry, I'm choking on bread. One of my family members had 3 daughters, no sons, and then those 3 daughters had daughters, no sons, and then finally one of the granddaughters had a son. But it was female, female, female all the way down the line. And the father of that family, their initial family, had sisters, no males, just him. Okay, here we go. Jita and this man in the future. Show me what there is. Okay, we're going to look at a mini. We'll look at Elisa's first, and then we'll come back to you, Jita. Oh, this is a bit dodgy. This is your wishes and things coming true. It's also a signal of fertility and pregnancy in the future. This could be something where it's just not, could be a bit pushy, bit of a pushy energy, or you might be pushing this person to do something and they're not ready, or you're not ready. The devil would be someone trying to tempt you to do the wrong thing and you saying no, because it is upside down. What else are we getting on this person? Okay, we're going to turn them all up. Discussions, where you're meant to be. This is a karmic meeting. This is somebody that you were meant to meet. You're meant to go on this journey. This again could be fertility, friendship, and working on this connection. Bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck, we got you need to trust in your own instincts. Whatever feels right to you, don't worry if somebody else is saying, I don't like this guy, I don't trust this guy, whatever. If it feels right to you and you feel that it's the right thing for you, you need to trust in that. You're being told to hold, not to rush into anything with somebody, not to think, oh yeah, I've met this person, this is who it's going to be, we're going to get married, we're going to have... No, just one day at a time, slow it down, don't push for anything too quickly. Now this is 8 of Hearts in the poker deck. 8 of Hearts is really, really good with being with people that you match with. Got the same music interest, or you've got the same physical fitness kind of interest. You like the same sort of people, the same sort of food. So this is telling me that there's a common link between you where you feel safe, you feel close. We'll just do one more because the buzzer's gone. We do have, as I said, fire sign. We do have Leo coming out here, and then we have you sitting here, the two of you together, and a successful relationship. I do feel that you may, by being with this guy, it's taking you away from everything you know. So it could be that if you're very, very big with your family and you spend a lot of time with family all the time, it could be where that all comes to a close and you kind of walk away from that to be with this person, or he's going to be doing that. Anyway, that's what we got. Let's quickly do a yes and no for you, Jita, and then we're moving on to Alyssa. I can't believe I haven't got a moderator today. Normally Mama B's here all the time. I'm losing my moderators. One of them I lost to a job and the other one I lost to a boyfriend, and now it looks like I've lost another one to a boyfriend. Here we go. Alyssa, I'll scroll back and see what you're saying there. Jita, just think of 2 questions, yes or no. And then I'll do Alyssa's reading. She'll get 2 yes and no's. And then when I've done the yes and no's, then we'll look at your next question. And as far as your email goes, I'll sort that out later on. If Crystal turns up online, I have to do a reading for her. I'm hoping she will turn up. Hey there, Daisy. Welcome. Your first question is more of a no, Jita. It's just saying there's something secret here or hidden that you don't know about just yet. Whatever it is you are asking about, it's telling you that more effort has to go into it for it to work or happen or whatever it is. And this is telling you lucky and yes. So this is yes and no, and this is sort of like probably not at the moment because you don't know enough information. So it's not really a no, but it's definitely not a yes at this stage. It's just telling you you've got to find out more, you've got to put the effort in, and then you've got a yes. If you were wanting a yes. Bottom of the deck, your second question, we have a yes, a definite yes, and a definite yes. Okay, your last messages, Jita, are, surprisingly, or not surprisingly, soulmate connection, faithful, loyal. This is like a wedding made in heaven. This is something that comes through from generations. So this is somebody, lots of generations behind them. They might have some prominent family or come from some sort of long line of doctors or long line of lawyers or something. I feel like this is a generational kind of match. Okay, so that's what we're seeing there for you, Jita. So let's tick that one off, and now one mini. Okay, Alyssa, we're doing your detailed reading now. Let's just scroll back for, I'm forgetting this is not a touch screen. I'm at home now today, and normally I'm in the club with an iPad, which is touchscreen, and I'm now on my MacBook Air, and it's not touchscreen. Okay, here we go. Alyssa, Fernando's mum feels about me. You want to know? I'm not sure she supports him meeting anyone. I briefly met her when we went out. haven't spoken to him since we did that. And he has a 6-year-old son with his ex, who I believe his mum is still good relationship. That doesn't mean anything bad for you, Alyssa, because that's her grandchild and that's the grandchild's mother. Me being that I have a son and I was good friends with his first girlfriend, even after he'd long broke up with her, and I still went to lunch with her, and even now if I see her right now I would still talk to her, sit down with her. And so as a mum and a grandmother, especially as a grandmother, if he was not with the person he's with now, I would still keep contact with her and everything, because she's a lovely person and because she's got children with my son. So I wouldn't read too much into that she's still friendly with her. She may want them to get back together. You know, she may feel that they should get back together because they have a child together. But then again, it might have nothing to do with that. So basically your reading is, you want to know what's the energy coming off Fernando's mother towards you, okay? And she would have noticed that you were shy and she hasn't met you before, and you would have felt a bit awkward in that situation. I just wondered if she's interfering with him meeting new people and she wants him to focus on his work and school. He has also gone a bit quiet since she's hung out together. My intuition says he's just busy and doesn't check his phone very often. Probably your intuition is correct, but let's have a look. Let's set the clock. And then Jita, you're up next. So Jita, can you put your... Oh, okay, Daisy. Oh, Daisy from the UK? Is that Daisy from the UK? You were one of my very first moderators. I did a whole big shuffle on the moderators over and over again. I've got like probably 15 moderators, and right now I've got none. I've got none online. So if you wanted to help out Daisy, please do so. I'll re-promote you to the channel. Moderators, as a moderator, you do get a free reading, yes or no question, and a little bit of detail at the end of that. Moderators that I have on my WhatsApp that are my long-term moderators that do a lot of work for me, they get little mini private readings with me as a moderator. So that's my way of paying them. So Daisy, if you did want to reinstate your moderatorship, let me know and I'll up you back up onto the board. Let me just turn it on over here. I better check PayPal while I'm at it. Mama B has messaged me that she can help me, but she obviously didn't get the message. All right, let me just check the payments. Okay, so we had Jita with a full payment, Alyssa with a full payment, and then back to Jita with a second question. After that's happened, if Crystal does turn up, there's Mama B now. If Crystal does turn up, what I'll be doing is Crystal's detailed reading. She has paid for 2 detailed readings. So I'll be doing about 15 minutes when Crystal turns up. If she doesn't turn up, I'll be doing it in private for her. I was supposed to do it the other day and I just haven't had time. All right, so let me bring up YouTube. Now, I don't know either like how long I'll be online. Maybe another hour, maybe not. Minutes when Crystal turns up. If she doesn't turn up, there's my phone. Okay, Daisy, we'll promote Daisy back now. Mama B, meet Daisy. You two wouldn't know each other. Yeah, you two wouldn't know each other. Mama B has been my moderator now for at least a year, I think. Or it's coming up to a year. and she's been part of my channel for a while. Mama B, Daisy was actually one of my very first moderators, but she never got time to get online, and yeah, so she was one of my very first. Anyway, I've just re-promoted Daisy, so we have another bit of help here in the room. Yeah, so the donations are Alyssa, Jeeta, Alyssa, Jeeta. Thank you, Mama B. So we're going to do Jeeta now. You are now, not Jeeta, sorry, we're going to do Alyssa. And thank you for the donations today, girls. So at the moment, there's no other donations apart from Crystal, which she's not online at the moment. So hopefully if she gets online, we'll get hers done as well. If there's no other payments, I'll move on to Gudia and Aishu. I'm only doing new subscribers for free, a yes or no question, and then I'll move on to star signs for people that are in the room, and then we'll be turning off if nobody else comes in and donates. Okay, so how does Fernando's mum feel about Alyssa? What's the dynamics there? How does she feel about things? The super chat thing's supposed to, the stream elements is only supposed to come up every 3 minutes for one of them. And it looks like it's coming up more than that. And then one of them is supposed to come up every 5 minutes about the, disclaimer information. But I can see it's coming up again. Oh, that's a PayPal one now. All right, Alyssa, how does she feel about you? I think your intuition's correct about that she wants her son to be focused on his studies and his work and making a name for himself in the future. She's not too keen on the whole, running around town and that he's got this broken relationship in the background, because this can be somebody needs to grow up, having too much fun, and this is showing somebody not solid in a commitment with anyone. It can mean that she doesn't want him in any other commitment at the moment, and she just wants him to focus on everything that he needs to do. The donations for $2 can be on Super Chat as well, Daisy. I do have the Super Chat donation thing at the bottom there. I prefer PayPal though. This here is just her being a responsible mum, and I do think she felt that you were a nice person. She does see that you match with him, that she can see why he likes you or why he's around you. She was a little bit surprised by meeting you in a good way, because this is a nice surprise here. So hopefully when you see her again, maybe you can think about how you would talk to her or what you might talk about. I do see there's some sort of issue. You said he's got a son. This could be about his son, and she's concerned about who's going to be around his son in the future, because that is her grandchild, so she would be confused about that. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah's done a super chat, $10. $10. Sarah, thank you, Sarah. Sarah, you'll be after Jeeta. So as I've said, what happens before in my room, the people sitting on the free list or the star sign thing, sometimes it just doesn't get there. So if you do have $2, guys, $2 just pay it. He just opened the door and said, my mum's here. Oh, okay. All right. This down here is showing me somebody that she's got a lot of stress going on. There's some sort of hidden agenda going on for her. It's all about responsibility. See the sixes everywhere? The sixes is parenting, guardian, looking after somebody. So her main concern is that he needs to stop being childish. He's got his own child. And, so how she feels about you, I do feel like with the two red sixes, she's actually quite surprised. She feels that you might be a nice, responsible young woman. But there is this roadblock here where she's saying you need to just buckle down and study. And she might even say that she'd prefer that he just hangs around his guys' friends, hang out with the boys. Why have you got to go down that relationship track? Just focus on your work, your studies. So part of your intuition is correct about that he's busy and everything, and the other intuition about maybe his mum just wants him to focus on studies. I don't think she felt anything bad about you, but with the 2 black 10s, she's probably thinking he needs to just focus on what he needs to do right now and not even try and start a relationship. If there was a red 2, a red 3, a red 4, this would be where she's thinking, oh yeah, you two will probably get married, you'll be together, all the rest of it. This is where she's like, oh no, I don't want him going down that track again. I hope she doesn't get pregnant and he has another baby, So yeah, she would be concerned about pregnancy and things like that. She sees that she worries about someone getting hurt in this, and I don't know whether it's her son, you, or the child, or everybody. Sort of like there's some sort of hurt. She fears some sort of hurt going on. Or like if something happened with his child and he needs to be there and he's busy with you, that you will take him away from what his responsibilities are. So he's had a son. He should be doing whatever he's got to do with his son, and not roaming around town with some new woman or whatever. So one side of it, she's okay with it. The other side of it, she's questioning it. So it's sort of a very up and down feeling. If you talk to her today, she might say that she really liked you. She can see why he likes you. If you talk to her another time, she might say he just needs to focus on what he's doing and just leave the whole relationship thing alone. Because those cards, when you've got big numbers like that, that's just, why don't you just hang out together sometimes? Why don't you just do sports together or go out in groups sometimes? Don't make this thing solid. She probably, if she's anything like me, she probably doesn't say much to him at all about you. She probably just thinks about it and she doesn't want to put offside. Okay, let's see. Fernando's mum. Now, see, this is all right. She sees like invitations and movement and growth. This is also about learning. She sees that there is a connection between the two of you. As a mum myself, I could see it. I can see when my son's or my daughter is happy, and you can see when they're not happy. So she obviously visibly would see that the two of you are happy and that there is a connection there. This here is she's holding on to what was. So she's literally holding on to, he was with the other one, he had a child with that one. She's holding on to that might somehow get back together and her son will be with that person, but you're there. So she can see that this is strong commitment, is a strong connection, but she probably is wishing it wasn't. Not that she doesn't like you, but she's wishing it wasn't. She's wondering when it's going to break apart, like how long it's going to last. That's why the tower's in reverse. So if it was upright, she'd probably be thinking, oh, this is just not going to last anyway. She's going to leave or he's going to leave. It's just not going to work. But it's in reverse. So she's thinking, is this thing going to last or not? She does see that you could be probably guiding how this thing's going to go. And she does see that it's probably something that, you're lucky to have and he's lucky to have. So something like that. Not seeing anything negative. What else have we got? All right. She's not too sure where this thing will go. So at this stage, she might be just thinking, maybe this is just something for now. And then who knows, maybe it's just going to fizzle out. So she's not really too sure at this stage what you and him are, but she can see a connection. Bottom of the deck. Well, she does see that him going from a page of wands, a little boy kind of person, a lot of sort of push and shove here and demanding energy, followed by the king of wands, which is desire and movement and strength. And it's also the Leo energy is sitting here, but it's showing somebody in control of their own life. So it won't matter what his mother thinks. If he wants to be with you, he's going to be with you. She can kick and moan about it, but I don't think he would go against you for that. I think the way she's going to work with him, and you could call it manipulation, she may say, you need to put more focus on your study. If you put as much time into your study as you do thinking about this young woman, you would be a success by now. You know, so I think she might be saying about focusing on his job, his money, and his child. You know, getting a home for his child, getting money and bringing his child up and all of that. It doesn't help if she does have a strong bond with the mother, because she will be always like, if the mother wants him back, the mother of his son wants him back, she would be reluctant to tell her that he's got you, you know, and she would be probably comparing the two of you. Anyway, here we go. Alyssa. Yes and no. Alyssa, think about 2 questions, yes and no, and this is just your final messages. And then we're Jita, you're up next with your second question, a mini question. The first question I already did at Mama B. I already did Jita's first question, and whilst I was moving on to Alyssa, she paid again for a second reading. Okay, your first question, I'm going to give it a possibility. Alyssa, this is where 2 cards about spying and watching and just waiting. So if you were asking anything about does she like you, doesn't she like you, or whatever, this is she's working it out at the moment. And this is the mama bear, the protector, looking out for somebody. So she's just protecting her family, her grandchild. She's sort of standing up for what's right here. And it can be you as well. You need to do further investigation, get to know her better, find out what she likes, try and have a conversation with her about things. Let's say that she loves watching tennis. Find out all about tennis, and next time you see her, start saying, oh, did you see such and such play the tennis? Oh, I love tennis. Oh, yeah, me too, you know. So find a common ground if you want to have something between you and her, so that it's not so awkward next time. So your first question, I'm not really getting a yes, and I'm definitely not getting a no. So it's just telling you need to look further. Second question, we got a yes, we got a yes, and we got a yes. So your second question, this is fertility, sexual energy, love, abundance. We've got something that's not clear at the moment becoming clear, and then we've got some sort of engagement here. So this can be a commitment to somebody, to a job, to a person, to a journey. Okay? She doesn't speak English and I don't speak Spanish, so it's kind of hard. Okay, well, that would be tough. Maybe you can learn a little bit of Spanish, enough to say something. I don't know. I don't think you're going to be sitting around having some big conversation with her at any point. If the ex is Spanish or speaks Spanish, that may be why she's still connected to her, because they can talk. And but yeah, anyway, that's what I got for you, Alyssa. Nothing too drastic in there. I do think, like you said, she would be pushing her son to get work, get money, support his child, and focus on his career, and also focus on a life for his child. She may want him and the ex to try and maybe get back together or something. So if that's the case, she wouldn't want someone that's beautiful and that coming into his life. But I don't see that, though. I just see that she's protecting him and mostly protecting his son, because she would be thinking, okay, she seems nice. She seems like a nice person. Yeah, so she would be, because for me, if my son left his partner and then his 2 little kids and then he was with somebody else, I'd be really sort of checking her out and making sure that my grandchildren are okay around that person, more than my son. I'd be more concerned about my grandchildren than my son. And it could have been that's what she was. She was just a mama bear, you know, looking after her kid. All right, there you go. Daisy could hook up with you, Alyssa, exchange emails, and maybe Daisy could get online with you and do some teaching you Spanish. There you go. Share the love, guys. All right, Jita, mini reading. What will happen between me and Jan? We are both Geminis. Wow, that's a pretty hard match, Geminis. I always feel that 2 of any star sign together can be quite hard, because a lot of things will match, but then the bad side of what you have in that star sign will also conflict. Here we go, Jita and Anjan. What's coming for them? What messages does Jita need about her and Anjan? What messages does Jita need about the connection to Anjan? Now, up next after this, we have Sarah. So, Sarah, can we please get your question there? Sarah did a $10 super chat. So, it's sort of between a mini reading and a full reading. Yeah. Chris, you will be after Sarah. Chris, I'll do your reading after Sarah because I don't have any other payments there. So, Chris, I was waiting. I was hoping you got online so I could do your reading while I was online. All right, here we go. I was going to do it before I got online, but I got distracted. Jita and Anjan. It looks like a bit of a struggle here. This is where you're not talking, he's not talking, frustration, some sort of suspicion here, talking in the background to somebody else. I'm not seeing third party, but I'm just seeing where you might think that he's spending too much time with other people or talking to other people. Some sort of suspicion going on around you. Over here, we've just got typical male, doing his thing, feeling like everything's squared away. I don't feel he's communicating the way he should sometimes. There's some sort of disagreement here between the two of you. It's where you get up in your head about it, he gets very verbal about it. So if you two were arguing about something, he might slam his hand on the table or grunt or groan, and you would get all emotional in your head about something. So it's he deals with things in a physical kind of manner, you deal with things up in your head. So if he said the right words to you, you could melt like butter. If he says the wrong things to you, you'll get very cold and stern and like, why did you do this or whatever. You've been going through a rough patch. Well, I can see that. This here, I feel like you're going through more of the rough patch than he is, because this is showing me that most of the time he's just doing his own thing. He's hanging out with the guys or going to work or whatever. And when he comes home, he just wants to just be okay. And then this here is where he's not really sort of verbalizing what he wants. What else have we got underneath you and Anjan? Again, you're sitting in all of this arguing, suspicion, ups and downs. I think the reason that this is so tough is you've got a soulmate connection here. You've got the Jack and the Queen of Hearts together. This is soulmate connection. Now, one thing I do like here is he's looking at you with desire and love and happiness. You're looking at all of what's been going wrong. You're worried about what went wrong in the past. You're thinking, is it done? Is it finished? I don't know. Whenever we talk, we're not really getting anywhere. There's some sort of arguments, rehashing something, going round and round. He's kind of getting frustrated and pissed off energy over here, sitting in amongst the two black eights. It can be that work's not going the way he thought, or he's got troubles with money at the moment, possible troubles with other friends or family. Now, I do have to mention this can represent drugs or alcohol or gambling. So I don't know if he's got some sort of problem like that. But also here, we have some kind of interference from a family member or a child or something like that as well. So let's just get some tarots here. Let's see what's going to happen between the two of you. Jita wants to know what's going to happen between Anjan and herself. Is there a future for Jita and Anjan? So we're just going to do 3 from the top and 3 from the bottom because this is a mini reading. Still a bit more of this kind of not knowing what to do. This is coming up here. He wants to tell you this is how it is. This is the way I want it. Meanwhile, you're in your head trying to make it happen the way you want it. So you want to go once a week to the beach. and you want to stay at home 3 nights a week and cook nice food and lay on the couch with each other. He wants to go out and play soccer or football, or he wants to go to work and go for a drink later. So we've got 2 ways of facing this relationship, and then it creates a confusion or even a pissed off energy. Bottom of the deck. Sarah, general for 2 months. Okay, we'll have a look at that. It is like a 7-minute reading, but I'll do it quickly, talk as quick as I can. Bottom of the deck, Jita, and then we'll just quickly do your yes or no. You get 1 yes or no with this one. Bottom of the deck, it's showing stubborn. This can be defensive behavior. It can be listen to me, like putting the foot down, listen to me. This here is, should we stay? Should we go? Should we do this today? Should we do that? If it's anything like what I've been confronted with at times, you'll say, oh, we're going to go for a walk. Yeah, we're going to go for a walk. 2 hours later, are we going to go for a walk? Oh, what's the hurry? We're going to go for a walk. Another hour later, there is no walk. Oh, it's getting dark now, or it's got windy now. So I feel like that kind of energy where he says, yeah, let's do this, or we're going to do this next year, or whatever, and then you're waiting and waiting for things to happen. This here is going over bad memories. It's upside down. So don't get stuck in the bad memories of the past. Things that happen, they've happened, move forward. And if you haven't moved forward from them, you need to sit down and talk about them. Okay, Jita, yes or no? And then we're on to Sarah. And then after Sarah, really, Chris, we'll get into your reading about, do you want me to say the name? Chris, let me know if you don't want me to say that person's name while we're online. I don't think you've had a problem with that before, so anyway, Jita, yes or no? Okay, that's a no. It was in reverse, so it could be a yes. That's a yes. That's a yes in time. Okay, Jita, the answer to your question, I'm going to give it a yes. You've been told about something. I'm going to take this as quick action. It did come out in reverse, so I don't think it's about the sly thing. I think you might be thinking too much about certain things. Here you've got dreams and wishes finally coming true, finally working out. You're also being presented. You can either keep going down the same track that you've been doing, or you can start to make little changes about where you eat or what you have or who you talk to or whatever. So little changes step by step. Really, Chris, let me introduce you to Daisy. Daisy is in the UK, and she was one of my very first subscribers and very first moderator on the channel. She was on my channel when there was, I can't remember his name, but I haven't seen him in probably a year and a half. There was a young guy that moved to Australia. He was from China, and there was Daisy, and they were my 2 moderators. And then Daisy, with the timing and everything in the UK and Australia, she couldn't get online when I was online. So this is my first time seeing Daisy in nearly 2 years, I think. So I re-promoted her back to moderator, because when I got online today, I had no moderator apart from Daisy. So I totally forgot that it was Daisy from the past. But I explained to Daisy, as moderators, you do get extra. If you pay for a reading, you get extra. And if you're doing moderating and not paying for any readings, I do mini sort of readings for my moderators as a thank you for helping. Okay, so Sarah's up next, followed by Chris. I'll just cross out Alyssa. And I might end up finishing after that. I'll just put Chris. Right, so Sarah, this is a $10 reading. I gave that $10 option for Super Chat because it just makes it easier for me if I've got a certain payment just through Super Chat. Okay, so this is 7 minutes, the timer. So we're going to do 2 sections, which is the 2 months. Sarah wants to know what's happening in the next 2 months. So I can say Channon. Okay, when I get to you, Chris, we'll look into Channon and his mum and see what's going on there. Just put a close on the room now, guys. I think I might be closing up after this. I should have came on like an hour earlier, but I was just busy doing other things. I went to the gym. Okay, here we go. Sarah, the next 2 months. This is May, June, May, June, May, June, May, June. Sarah, I'm not going to lie. May looks like it might be a tough month for you. May, June. Definitely a tough month in May. Okay, in May, because you haven't stipulated what sort of things you want me to focus on, I'm going to focus on everything. Let's start with work. This would be frustration around work. It could be where a job's finishing and looking for something else to do. It could be where there's some sort of legal, official type thing going on in May. Also in regards to health-related matters, either he or she, the woman could be young or old, but the male looks like he's over 40. There's something to do with somebody in hospital and some sort of sickness or something going on around somebody here. In regards to love, we do have these two characters here. A lot of desire between them, but a lot of friction and tension going on. I feel that the female in this, if this is you, there's something that's returned from the past, or there's some sort of information that's come out. Anyway, it's tough. May looks tough. It looks like it's frustrating energy in May as well. Like, when's this going to happen? When are we going to sort something out? If you're planning on moving house or changing jobs or something like that, it just looks like it's just not going as planned. When we move on to June, June's looking a little bit lighter. There is something to do with a possible broken relationship here. The 2-4, when it's red, it's about a really good relationship, things happening. Now, it doesn't have to be your relationship. It could be somebody that you're waiting on them getting a divorce or something. But there's some sort of breakup going on here. It's where somebody's not committed anymore. It doesn't work at home anymore. It's missing the 6, but the 6 is the club instead of the spade. So you got 2, 4, 6, which is basically a relationship that's done. The other things I'm seeing here is some sort of invitation to do something else, something new. It can be somebody's acting childlike here. Somebody's being childish, and it can be studies as well. This could be like a university or a college, and this would be the paperwork, and this would be you as the student. If it's that, it's frustrating. It's hard. It's hard to get off the ground with this. Down here, this would be a new beginning, new course of action. It would be less hard with a 6 dropping down from a 10 to a 6. Here is a new friendship coming in June. So there is some sort of possible sexual connection here. It can be stuff about a pregnancy, somebody having a baby. It looks like it's either somebody who didn't want to be pregnant, or it's been a really, really tough ride. This would be the hospital, the delivery, and a happy, healthy baby boy at the bottom here. I don't think this is you. I think this is something you're associated with. But I do feel there's a new friendship, as I said, possibly a sexual desire kind of thing going on here. But over here, this is some sort of, I'm not committed to this anymore. I'm stopping now. I don't want to do this anymore. It does look like it's already happened here. This can be an argument and a breakup, and then this is finalizing, saying that's it, finished. If it's a job, this would be the job is over and I'm going on to something else. But this is a stress and a struggle here. So let's just do some tarot. How much time have we got? We've got 2 minutes. All right, let's do some tarot here on this. I assumed that this person would have been in my house till at least 3:30, 4 o'clock, and they're gone already. Can't believe it. All right. Sarah, next 2 months. We're going to do the same thing here with the tarot. Oh, you might have to have surgery. Okay. So that changes everything there. That is scary then. That's fear. That would be fear, the surgery. I didn't actually see surgery though. The 9s weren't there. The 9s is usually surgery. So it could be going to hospital, finding something out, and then they just wait and see. Whatever it is, whatever's happening in May, it's strong, and then in June, it's getting better. Like it's settling down. So let's just see. This is May, June, May, June, May, June. That's impatience. I'm going to leave that upside down. May and June. All right. So now these could be crossed, but anyway, let's just have a look. In May, I'm seeing some sort of temper tantrum or defensive behavior. It can be study, it can be discussions, it can be research, it can be medical. The 9 is now showing. We got 2 9s, so that would represent surgery with the 9s, especially with the swords everywhere. But yeah, again in May, we've got 9 of Swords and 9 of Wands. So there's stress, there's fear, there's hesitation, but you are trying to stand your ground here. You will make a firm decision. Now the movement card, the Chariot, normally that's about things happening quickly, things you didn't see coming, or you're trying to change something. It did come in reverse. So it could be a warning to tell you that if you were supposed to travel or do something, don't get too quick to do something. Just take your time. There may be a trip that's delayed. Maybe you were supposed to go on a holiday or something, and it's looking like there's something else that has to be tended to in May. In regards to a relationship, I'd have to say that this is a relationship that's causing stress, arguments, and then you make a final decision of what you want. You're sort of saying, no, this is the way it's going to go. Health-related matters, it's also you making a firm choice of what you want. Okay, the buzz is going. So we will, for the $10, we will do 2 yes and no's after this. I don't know if Gudia and Ishu are still waiting for their freebie reading, but we won't be doing that by the looks of it. We'll try. Okay, so here we have rushed energy going on. 7 of Swords, I don't like it, especially if we're looking at relationships, but we do have something finally getting exposed here. So if you do have some sort of sneaky secret kind of behavior going on, either from somebody or you're doing that to somebody, it does look like it's going to get exposed and you're getting frustrated waiting for something. So I didn't really see much to do with a relationship in this reading. I've seen stuff to do with work, something to do with movement, and also about surgery or health-related matters. So that's all that was really coming up there today, Sarah. So let's see what we get out of the Lenormand deck for you, Sarah. Show me what messages for Sarah she needs to know. Also 2 yes and no questions. So the top will be your first question, the bottom will be your second question, and then last messages for today. And then Daisy, if you're still here, can you put your, before we move on, because I do know you're in the UK and it's probably, I'd say it's early morning there. I think it's early morning for you. If you are still here, just put a yes or no question on the screen, and before I move on to Crystal's reading, I'll just quickly do your yes and no for helping today. Okay, here we go. Sarah, yes or no? We have a maybe, and a yes. Okay, so messages here. This is a romantic, sexual desire, fertility, whatever. We also have another fertility card here. So we have 2 cards to do with someone wanting a baby, someone very, very fertile at this time, because this is a 28-day cycle and this is the male with ready for action. Your messages here are telling you to slow down and take time. Don't push for anything. Here we're being told about protecting yourself, protecting what's yours. And here, this person, he can be very, very desirable. He can be famous. He can be the singer on a stage. He can be a creator. He could be a YouTuber. But you've got to be careful with him in regards to relationships, because he can be a big time player as well. You know, he could be sitting there telling you how wonderful you are, and then tomorrow sitting with somebody else telling them how wonderful they are. But yes or no, I'm going to give you a maybe yes on that first question. Second question, we have a yes, and a maybe in time. Okay, so we're getting a lucky card here, being in the right place at the right time. It can be a luck, so I would tell somebody if you like having a little gamble here and there. I don't tell anyone to gamble, but if you do play the lottery, maybe bet $5 or $10 once a month or something, it might be time to put a little ticket on. But this could just be being in the right place at the right time, being lucky coming up. We do have a soul connection around you at the moment, so there is some sort of feeling balanced and soul connection, but I also feel there's a struggle going on. At one time you're sort of very stable, but other times you feel like you're wanting something better. Okay, you're wanting something more. Daisy, have we got a yes and no? Would me and H have a future together? Okay, thank you, Sarah. So we're going to do Daisy, our new moderator. Well, old moderator reinstated. Okay, Daisy, we're going to use tarot for you. And so we're going to do 3 from the top for your question and 3 from the bottom just for extra messages for you today. Show me what Daisy needs to hear. And she wants to know, her question is the Scorpio, H the Scorpio, and Daisy got a future together? She's Taurus. Taurus and Scorpio, ouch. Okay, here we go. This is your yes or no. Yes, yes, yes. You do have a future with this person, and this is really nice energy. He does need to grow up, though. This is like the little kid needs to grow up. No worries, Sarah. Thank you for donating today. And thank you to everybody that donated today. Much appreciated. You got some sort of victory coming up for you, Daisy. This could be work related. To me, these 3 cards look like a message about work. If you're studying, this is success. You may be traveling. Daisy. So you might be traveling for work. You might be traveling for study. But you've got success on 2 ends here. So you've got the 6 of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. Now, what I tell people is go across to Psychic Revelation and look at the tarot interpretations they have there. And if you want to look about love, or you want to look at work or whatever it is, I put Mama B onto it a while ago, and she just loves that site, because when you want to read for yourself, it's really, really good to have some other sort of insight into it. But have a look at 6 of Wands, Page of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles in whichever section it is, Daisy, and you'll get more information on this. But this is looking really good. Someone does need to grow up, though, Daisy. Could be H. Bottom of the deck, just extra messages. We have the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups can be like a one-night stand, a bit of a flash in the pan with romance, but it's leading to the 2 of Cups. You will be having some sort of emotional detachment with somebody, though. So what I'm seeing here is, let's say this is you and H, Daisy. I feel like from his point of view, he's not giving enough. You're wanting this soulmate together forever kind of future kind of thing here. I feel like he's just not clicking in emotionally with what's going on here, because this should really be like the 10 of Cups or the 4 of Wands or something like that to show some sort of stability between you two. So yeah, I feel like he's still playing games and you're wanting something more solid and secure. You may have to yourself emotionally detach from certain things at this time. All right, so thank you for being here, Daisy. Much appreciated. Thank you for coming back. I thought I'd lost you forever, because when I was going through the list about 3 months ago and removing moderators, I didn't want to remove you as a moderator, and I thought, but there's no point because you're not on my channel anymore. So, yeah. All right. Crystal, thank you so much for your donation. Gudia, is Gudia still here? Gudia and Issue. Crystal, what I'm doing now, and I'll tell Daisy while you're here, and Mama B, I've told her already, I am going to do free readings when I'm online, if, number 1, if I've got time, and number 2, I will be only reading new subscribers. So when if I did Gudia with a yes and no and Issue today, those 2 are new people. Next time I'm live, next week, next month, whatever, I will not be doing free readings for subscribers that are already subscribed. What I will do for my subscribers is I will do a star sign like Mama B is Aries. So let's look at Aries. I'll do, and every time I'm live, if I get time, I want to do the star signs to my moderators. So we've got a Taurus, we've got an Aries, and we got 2 Taurus. I think Crystal, I think she's Taurus as well, aren't you? Is that correct? It was your birthday recently, so I'm pretty sure she's Taurus. Okay, so let's look at Aries and think of a yes and no, Mama B. This is just an example. So this is what I'll do for people who are subscribed when I have time to do some free readings. So I'll do a star sign and I'll incorporate a yes and no. So Alyssa, after this one, this is Aries, I will do Taurus just for you and Daisy and Crystal. Yous are all Taurus. Issue. I got a new person called Maduka. Is he good for me? Okay, so Issue is a new subscriber. I will do their question and it's just a yes and no. All right. So Aries, we have firm decisions, getting all up in your head, things that you're wanting to happen. It's like bang, it's all happening. We do have this love sort of thing going on here. It is upside down, so it's sort of sometimes a bit of pissed off energy, but for the most part, it's like, where's this going? 6 of Swords is here. It's kind of like some sort of rescue situation going on. Yes and no. Because of these two, I'm going to give it yes. Mama B and anyone that's Aries watching, I'm going to give this a yes. Crystal, where are you? Yes, you are a Taurus. Okay, so let's just shuffle and see what Taurus gets, because we got 3 Taurus people here in the room. We've got Alyssa, Daisy, and really Chris. I can't believe it. Yeah, everybody's Taurus. Taurus in the house, girls. Okay, so think about a yes and no question. And Mama B, that was just a quick demo, so we'll have a look again later at whatever you want me to look at. All right, here we go. This is for Taurus girls or men. Okay, we're going to flip that one. Your answer is a resounding yes. We have, look at this. 10 of Pentacles for Taurus, 10 of Cups for Taurus, and then the High Priestess. You need to trust in what you feel. If you feel something is great, if something is good, it probably is. If you feel like you need to step back, you probably need to step back. What else is going on for Taurus? It looks like family gatherings, possible weddings with the 2 tens. These cards actually show the 2 people with a third party staring off into the distance here. I don't know if you girls can see that, but yeah, we've got the 2 people engaged in a romantic situation and somebody's sort of maybe planning something or whatever, but this is a good card. This is people gathering. So some of you might be going to a wedding, birthday party, baby christening, and others, you might actually be in mad love very, very soon. This can be super, super love, mad love. But you need to trust in your own guts. So yes or no, you get a resounding yes. Aries, unfortunately, I mean, you do get a yes, and I did flip the cards for them as well. Maybe this is just saying that somebody's coming in to rescue you at the moment, Aries. Maybe you're rescuing somebody else. Alrighty, Crystal, let's get your paid reading done. I say, Crystal, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the clock for 15 minutes because you actually paid, and I said to you I'll do the main part about Channon and then we'll blend in about his mum, okay? So what I'm going to do is just one solid long reading and any other messages that come through for you, Crystal. So we'll do 15 minutes. If anybody's wondering, Crystal actually donated a double reading kind of money, so I've offered to do more. All right, here we go. Oh, actually, sorry, Crystal, hang on. I forgot to do that yes and no. Okay, sorry, Issue. We'll do that one for you right now. We'll do that one with this one. Now, issue, we'll have to remember that name. I've got it written down here. This is the only free reading I'll be doing for issue. Next time, issue, when you come in my room, you can either donate or you can get if I get time, you can get a free yes or no star sign kind of reading, which will be general for everybody. So your question is, you've got a new person called Makta. Is Makta good for Ishtu? Here we go, Ishtu, good luck. Wow. This is envy and jealousy, so that would be, this is not a good thing. So I don't know if you're jealous about other people around this person or whether this person's going to be very jealous around you. There's some sort of stress and anxiety here, and then this card is telling me financially this would be a good choice for you. This is somebody that could possibly has some money or they could support. This is very balanced kind of energy. This is like the Queen of Pentacles here. This here is like stress here. So at the moment it's saying no, maybe, and yes. Bottom of the deck we have yes, they're good for you. Yes, they're good for you, but there's something about being locked down in this situation. So at the moment it's only early days, their issue. So are they good for you? Just take your time with it, okay? Don't start jumping to conclusions or worrying yourself about what this connection is or getting jealous about people from your past, their past, whatever. This is telling me there's too much going on in your head here. You need to be firm and concise about what you want. Go out and enjoy things with this person. See if it develops, but don't lock yourself down at the moment. So I can't really give you a solid yes or a no with that question. I can just give you the messages I got. All right, let's go back to Chris. And then we're finished. Okay, Chris, here we go. Chris wants to know what's going down with Channon. What's the influence from Channon's mother? Crystal, what is Channon's mother's name? What's her first name or her star sign if you know it? Let me just focus on Channon's mum. What's Channon's mum feel or think, and what's going on in her life? Is she healthy? Is she well? Is there something wrong? So we're looking at Channon's mum. I'll just pause the clock until Crystal says what her name is. Oh, I need more tea. While I'm waiting, I've paused the clock. So while I'm waiting, I'll just go and turn off the stream elements thing. Remind me to turn it back on, Mama B. Well, I think my internet might be, my internet should be fantastic now. We have optic fiber connected. So everything should be smooth sailing. You know what? I'm going to keep moving because Crystal either it's very delayed and she's not hearing what I'm saying. I'm going to move on and just focus on Channon's mother. Okay. Show me what's going on. How does Channon's mother look at the relationship? Oh, Florence. Thank you, Crystal. How does Florence, Channon's mum, how does she feel about the connection between Channon and F-L-O-R-E-N-C-E? You have good reason to be a bit concerned about her. This here is telling me there's something that's possibly hereditary here. She may have some sort of thyroid or hormonal imbalance kind of disorder. This normally would mean if somebody's possibly had surgery in the past, this would be where medication doesn't work anymore. It's like something's not working and having tests and all this sort of thing. So that dream you had, I'm not seeing anything to do with that she's going to pass or anything like that. But I do see that there's some sort of medical thing going on, because this is doctor, this is sickness, this is surgery. This down here is the hospital. This is medication that doesn't work, or medication that has caused a problem in the first place. Now, if his mother likes, self-medicating, or she likes to drink or something like that, it can represent that. How does she feel about him and you? Or if he gets in a connection with you? Not too happy. She's not too happy about it. She sees that she wants stability and everything. It's kind of like he can do that later. Like, why has he got to do it now? Why has he got to be in some sort of solid relationship right now? So it's someone questioning why this person needs to be with somebody else right now. This can be where she's coming across as very sharp and concise and very manipulative. So it's somebody manipulating somebody else, but she's basing things on anything he does or the woman that's in his life. She's basing how she's faced life or what's gone on in her life as to what is going on in his life. So she's sort of looking and reflecting on, this is usually somebody who's had a lot of pain in their life, or it might be that she looks at you and knows that, you had a fiance and then what happened to the fiance and everything. So she may look at you as somebody who's been through something really, really tough early in life and not too sure where that fits with being around her son. Shannon's very up and down with what he wants. This is somebody that he wants the money, he wants to talk business, he wants to move forward with things. He's putting all the efforts in here. This is somebody getting really frustrated with everything. And then you're sitting there. So at the end of his day, once he's worked and had discussions, then he thinks about you. And when he thinks about you, he thinks about that him and you together. But mostly he's just focused on his journey and work. When I look at his mum, I'm seeing some sort of medication that doesn't work, something from the past that's coming back with her. I don't know if she's had cancer in the past and it's reoccurring. I don't know if someone in the family, she's got something that her mother had or her auntie had. This is some sort of overseas thing that helps. So this is where she's reaching out for different methods to help a situation. She may even travel to go and have some sort of therapy or something, Chris. She doesn't know anything about Damien. Okay, that's fine. I just wondered because this is usually the widow or the divorcee. So that can represent her or you. But I'm feeling like, because this is his name and this is hers. So down here with her, I feel an anger and frustration about her, that things didn't go according to the way she wanted things to be. This is like an invitation to do something in the way she wanted it, and this is how it turned out. So she may have travelled somewhere thinking that she was going to get some sort of help. She may have thought that her son was going to work in some big office somewhere or own some business. I don't know. But this is like some sort of expectation of something of how she thought it would be, but this is how it turned out, which is not great. She's also, if she has any kind of money, so if she has, shares, things like that, or if she has property, jewelry, gold, I don't know, this can be somebody that's wants that to make sure that that goes where it needs to go when the time comes, because this can be somebody financially driven. But I just don't like this 8 and this 10, because I was shuffling saying, how does she relate to him and what does she think about you and him together? So let's get more information on this. Show me, this is Crystal now. She knows that you're a good person, responsible person. She knows about your family, that you've got a good family here. She She feels her son doesn't listen to her on what decisions he's making for his future. It's like he wants to move and be with you, which means moving away from her, or you're planning on moving towards where he is, which, you know, it's going to interfere in the dynamics of how him and her interact with each other. But these are good cards. This is a good card. This is good. Like, there's a lot of good here. You got the double jokers here. So this is nice surprises. When she thinks about you and him, she knows that there's some sort of love connection, but she also might know that this connection between you and him is on and off. So she might know that sometimes that he's not actually with you, there is no relationship, but then other times there's some sort of talk of, you know, he's going to visit you, or she finds out from somebody else that you two are together. Because this is a very up and down energy here of how she feels about you and if you're around him. Now, the interesting thing here is all of this sequence here in front of me represents children, pregnancies, multiple pregnancies, family. Like, we got the Queen and the King of Swords here. We got the Jack and the King of Diamonds here. So that's like parent and child, husband and wife. So there's all of this connecting energy and really sort of confusing signals coming off people. So I suppose when he is in with you and things are going nice, she likes that he's happy, but she's also wanting him focused on other things. And he tries to keep himself focused on business and work and turning $2 into $9 or $2,000 into $9,000 or $20,000 into $90,000. So he's focused on his journey and working forward. And then you're sitting here at the end of the rainbow for him. With her, I feel like she's got her own health issue or something going on here. She's also basing whatever he does on how he's been brought up and what lifestyle she's had. So as mothers, of course, we want what's best for our children, but I don't think she would have that much influence in what he chooses to do, who he chooses to date, and when he chooses when he wants to get married or when he wants to have kids or whatever. She may feel that you are a puzzle, you are an illusion, that she doesn't quite know who you are, what you're about, and you did say that she doesn't know anything about your past or anything like that. She may find that you're like the moon to her, like who are you? Why are you in his life? Why are you not together, or why are you together? Because it's been on and off with this Channon, the energy with Channon. Okay, let's just have a look here. Okay, I'm going to have a look at, one section is going to be how she feels about you and him. And then I want to look at her about her health and her journey right now. So I just want to see what's going on with Florence. Show me Channon's mother, Florence. How does she feel about her son and what he's doing? How does she feel about Crystal? And then I want to look at show me what's going on around her health-related matters for Florence. Okay, so here we go. How she feels about him, her son, and his journeys. Okay, we're going to turn them all up. Her business success. She wants him successful. She wants him to research and study and talk and everything. She does want him to emotionally let go of things. So if she was happy, it would be her son going to work, being successful, passing tests, going to school, whatever, and keeping emotions out of his journey. So that's what she thinks about her son there. What does she think about you? Okay, we're going to flip them. Okay, so she feels the playful energy there. She feels like sexual, playful, that kind of energy. She also sees this either him leaving you out or you leaving him out. It can be a financial thing though. If she's got money or he's got money or you've got money, it can be some sort of up and down thing about money. Like, where's the money? Where's it hidden or whatever? Or keeping stuff hidden. The other thing is she's wanting him to make sure he explores his choices or she's concerned that you are not solely committed to just you and Shannon doing a thing together, that you could be exploring your own options. So let's just get more information on that. What does Florence feel? Okay, no problems, Alyssa. Do it now, please. What does she feel? Show me more about how Florence feels about... What does she think about Crystal? Okay, I'm going to flip them all. The memories, the family, and all of that. This is actually quite good. This would be somebody that knows that doing things by the book. Boy meets girl. Boy dates girl. They get engaged. They get married. They get a house. They have children. So this is all like family, heritage, traditional values. So these are actually quite good, what she thinks about you. So she thinks you're a wholesome, good girl, basically, and you have a solid family bond here, and everything about traditional. I think that this part here, and like 5 and 6 of Pentacles and this 3 of Wands, I feel like what she would want for her son in the future would be a wife, the mother of the children, all of that sort of thing. She may be concerned that you're too much business orientated, and about the money, but this also could be not enough time going into things. She could be influencing him to spend more time with work and business and everything, and less time with play as well. Okay, now let's have a quick look at Florence and her state of well-being. Show me if there's anything to see about Florence and her health. Now, I'll be nominating certain cards that to me mean sickness or hospital or whatever. Not so much to do with the actual tarots themselves. See that stream elements? It's still saying PayPal and everything. It's so delayed, like it hasn't turned it off. Okay, that's a doctor. This is the pelvic area or something hereditary. Can be in the family, and it's going around in the family. It's showing me the pelvic area though, and that's showing me a new doctor. Now the sun being upside down to me when we're looking at somebody's health, this is where something's not quite right. The sun would be getting healthy, strong, recuperating. The sun being in reverse to me is telling me there's something that is underlying there. What was at the bottom? There's a healthy card. Worried about the end and what it's going to be like. And then we got that 4 of Cups where it could be better. Could be better. It's not exactly 100% with the health type thing. No doom and gloom. I mean, the world can mean that somebody's thinking, oh, the end's going to come quicker than I thought. I'm not really seeing that kind of thing, but I am sheltered from that when I do cards. I've always felt that my spirit protects me from seeing, and I would never predict that someone's going to pass. There's only been twice that I can think of where I've actually looked to see when a person would be dying, and that was when my father was dying. I wanted to see when. You know, I knew he was going to go, but I didn't know when. And I had a client that knew that their father was dying and the hospital wouldn't give them a time or a date or whatever, which nobody really can. So I looked for that person to see how much time I felt was there. But let's look at some Lenormand. Oh, sorry, yeah, Lenormand for you, Crystal. Show me some messages for Crystal, what she needs to see. Oh, so she's been asking him for money. So, look, if he got with you and you's got solid together, she would probably, the traditional card that I seen, she would probably think that you're going to interfere in their pattern of what they have. Because let's face it, if he married you and you have kids and that, and then she's needing money, it won't be as available if you're in the picture. So that could be why I've seen those 5 of Pentacles, and that where he's leaving her out when you're around, or if you come into the picture, she might not fit the way she used to. Anyway, these are just general messages for you now, Crystal, and we'll do 3 yes and no's, okay? Just think about 3 yes and no questions you have in your mind. First question, 2 from the top, 1 from the bottom. We have a yes. Second question, 2 from the top, 1 from the bottom. We have a eventual maybe yes. And third question, we have a maybe, maybe not. All right. So you got a maybe, maybe not. You got eventual yes, and you got a yes. Yes, eventually yes, maybe not. All right. So your last cards for this reading, Crystal, is journey going on, making that journey, making your commitments, making your plans. Don't take too much on. If you can't do something, say no. Okay. You've also been shown about secrets will in time be exposed. Now, I'd have to say that this secret is something to do with somebody that's in love with you. Somebody is madly in love with you, but they're hiding how much they feel at the moment, because this is or you could be hiding it yourself. You could be keeping your heart protected and waiting for the right timing, but you've got some sort of soulmate connection here. And your last cards are telling you to look more closely at what you need or what's going on. You're also being shown here about finding that right direction. And you got Mr. Sex Bomb sitting right here that wants to take you down the garden path and show you a good time. But it can be fertility and sexual energy as well. So that's what we've got there for you, Crystal. Yeah. But she might not know that that's how you feel, Crystal. That, you know, as long as he takes care of what he needs to, like he pays his gas bill, his electric bill, puts fuel in the car, puts food on the table, whatever, as long as he does the things he has to do or within the relationship with you, buys gifts, whatever it is, she might think that if you come into the picture, he won't give her as much, or she'll feel weird coming and asking him when you're around or something. Who knows? Could be like that. Because I did see a money context for some reason when I looked at it. All right, last up we have Alyssa. We've done, we did issue. Gudia has gone. I did see, we did Daisy, done Crystal. I did see, what's her name? Sashi. I did see Sashi pop on there. I'm not doing any more, so I'm just doing this one now. All right, here we go. So this was, let me just check PayPal before I do this. PayPal. That's $4.30, Alyssa. $4.30. So like a mini read is $7 US, which is about $9.50 Australian. Oh, you paid $4.28. Yeah. I'll just do a little mini kind of thing, okay? I'll do a mini thing. Yeah, Mama B, I'll do yours on WhatsApp because I still want to do your numbers with that guy. Chris, Mama B has met someone. We won't go on about it just yet, but it looks pretty cool. It's full on straight away. She just met this person and it's sort of like crazy. Fast-paced relationship. And guess what? He's not 50 or 55 or 60 or even 40. He's only in his 20s. Woohoo! Finally. All right. So, Alyssa, how did Fernando feel about our time together the other day? With the money, Alyssa, what I tell people to do is just go on Google and type in what is $7 US. If you're paying in US dollars, you said you paid $4.30 US, you needed to be paying $7 US for a mini read. So you've basically paid for 2 yes and no's. So I'll do like a, you just want to know how did he feel. I'll just set the clock for, what have you done now? You've paid again, have you? Okay, so you've now paid for basically a 10. I'll do 7 minutes. You've just did another payment. Okay. He's only 23. Okay. You get confused with the numbers. No problem. All right, so let's start. What was that question? How's Fernando feel about the time together? How's Fernando feeling about Alyssa and the time they spent together? How's Fernando feel about the time they spent together? All right. Not too bad. Not too bad there. I like the double aces and the double tens. One of each. Would have been better if they were all red, but we got one of each, so not too bad. He is a little bit confused about, I don't know if you acted a little bit cold about something or you got a bit annoyed about something. Yeah, so it looks like somebody that you went on a little hike after a storm. That sounds nice. Yeah, it sounds nice. This here is showing right at the beginning, I don't know if him or you, there's something to do with someone being irresponsible. Somebody didn't pick up the pace, or somebody didn't answer the phone, or took too long to reply or something. So I do feel there was a little bit of not too much tension, but just a little bit off center. And then this is nice, this is enjoyable. So this is probably talking about going for the hike and everything. There's stuff that's not being said between you and him. This is where you or him, you want to say something, but you don't say it. And there's also something here about someone, let's say he says he bought a pair of shorts and they were red. And then a week later, you see the pair of shorts and they're blue. So like a lie about something, but it's not big. It's not like something you need to have a big argument about. So I feel like there's some sort of hidden kind of thing sometimes with him and you. But you said, how did he feel about it? The tens are telling me enjoyment, participation, getting out there, enjoying himself. Either his mum, his sister, his dad, or your mum, your sister, your dad, or something like that. Somebody interferes in this connection between the two of you. Somebody's somebody's not too happy sometimes about it, and it creates a bit of drama for him, but then he sort of flicks it off and says, I don't care. I like this here because we got like father-son energy, brother energy. So we've got a nice connection kind of feeling going on here. So you make him feel like he's at home when you're with each other. And this is laughing and having a good time here. I'm just concerned about what this is over here. It's like in the back of somebody's mind. So in the back of somebody's mind, it's really, Chris, please don't do that. That's fine. You don't need to do that. I will have a look at that for you, but not now, not in here. I'll do that later. Yeah, this is like he's concerned in the back of his mind, Alyssa. This is where things were going good, but there's some sort of, I don't know. I feel like this is his mum or somebody. Could be did you say he's got a child? Is this the reading we were doing before about the child? You sent another donation. Chris, you're naughty. I told you didn't have to. Yeah. I was actually going to speak to you on WhatsApp and say, is there another question you want me to look at for that payment that you made? All right, let's just have a look at a few of these, Alyssa. How's Fernando feeling like they had their hike together? How's he feeling about Alyssa and the relationship, how it's going? This is good, but it's not showing me somebody like a soulmate connection or let's be together every day. It's just showing me enjoyment, but then there's something in the back of this person's mind. Oh, look, There's the desire. He desires you. You're gorgeous. You're sexy. It's like everything he wants to do. This is enjoying journeys together. This is like love letters or making some sort of promise for the future with each other. So that's really nice energy. That's wanting to do things again. This here is there's some sort of burden on his shoulders here. He feels like someone's telling him what to do here. And then he does get a bit lost with it. So there's two very conflicting energies going on with this Fernando. So I feel like when he's with you and you do things, he feels this. He feels love, sexy, security, wanting to do things with each other, and even make some plans for the next time. Yeah, this is the one with the sun. Okay. This here is a total different energy. This is somebody where it's too much for me and stop getting on my back and I can't. I feel like I don't know when I can give you this. If we looked at the two energies, this is sexual desire, fertility, wanting to be around this person. This is too much of a good thing. This is wanting to go on a journey but just feeling it's a struggle to get it happening. This is wanting to concrete plans but very confused about what they can offer. So it's going opposite directions there. It's probably his son and his mum's energy that's coming through into, although he had a fantastic time with you, there's something in the back of his mind at the moment. All right, let's just do bottom of the deck. So bottom of the deck, we have sexual desire. We do have this protective kind of energy, can be stubborn energy, and just being told that he wants to take things slowly and just see where things go. So he doesn't want to secure any kind of future thing right now. He just wants to take it one day at a time with that kind of energy. Siri, stop. Siri's doing its thing again. Right, it stopped. Alright, so what we'll do now is I'm going to use this other deck here for your questions. We'll give you 2 yes and no's. Here we go. Chris, I'm going to be going with the hubby later. I could take the stuff with me and just go downstairs and find a place and do it for you when I'm at the club, because it should be fairly empty up there. I'll take the stuff with me, and if I can't do it up there, I'll definitely do it tomorrow, Chris. But I want to get away from the table now and go and have a cup of tea and just relax before we go out. I feel really, really tired today. All right, so this is your 2 yes and no questions, Alyssa. Let's have a look. We got a yes, and we got a no. Okay, so messages here. I'm going to give you a yes on your question. This can be apologies, it can be congratulations at the same time. It's basically the bouquet of flowers. And then we have the very secretive, seductive woman at the top. But yeah, this is sort of like congratulations or just a gift as well. It's just telling you about the gift. This here is the guy with desire on his mind. He's also can be supportive and loving and wants to be there. And it can be like a father figure kind of thing. This here is telling 2 people going at each other. One person's talking, the other person's not listening. So somebody's not listening at the moment. It can be both of you not listening to each other. Good night, Chris. You're going? Hey there, Leanne. Welcome back. I'm just finishing up, Leanne. A whole new thing that we do here on my channel, Leanne. No more of the freebies. I was going to start doing them again, but I'm just getting the same crowd in over and over. So the only freebies go to new subscribers. For my old subscribers, if I get time, I do star sign with a yes and no in it. So, all right. Just to finish up here, Alyssa, yes or no? We have a yes, and we have an in time yes. So we're going to give you a yes on the second question. You're being told about the lovers. This is like the cards with the swans. This is 2 people, they get together, they sit in their little nest and they create a harmonious, loving energy. Beautiful, beautiful energy there, soulmate connection. Whatever you put into your relationship or your job, this is where it's going to work. You know, you're going to reap what you sow. And this over here, this is the house. This is where you stay at home and you create a loving, firm, strong stability and energy, you know, where you feel safe and secure. You also have the King of Hearts up here, which is love, and you have the Four, which is the structure and building on the building blocks of what you want to do. Anyway, that's what we get for Alyssa. I'm out of here, guys. Mama B, let me have your question in, what's the name? And I'll get it done there. And I'm going to take this with me to show this guy at the club next time I go to the club. He's right into crystals. This is my massive, what do you call it, clear quartz. It's got a lot of little fractures and things inside of it. It's fantastic. It was given to me when I worked in a shop doing readings, and they had all bracelets and everything, and on my birthday I went in and they said, I opened up the box and this big bugger was in there, and I was just like, oh my God. And the other thing I got was this, I found out that this is celestite or celatite. It's got all green and blue through it, and yeah, beautiful energy off this big chunk that I got at a show. And the other one I like showing everyone is this big piece of mica, golden mica. You can see the colors there. It's pretty fantastic, eh? Alrighty, that's it from me. Oh, and this is my goldstone, my goldstone stuff. Actually, that's fool's gold. And this used to be my favorite piece of, I used to hold this all the time when I did readings. But yeah. All right, I'm out of here. Yeah, I know she donated, but I'm not going to do it right now. I need to get offline, and I'll do it and give her details in WhatsApp.